we started a channel, and we've been trying to be creative on what to do and how to attract viewers, but it's becoming hard. I mean, it's becoming harder, bro. We are in Kenya. We've been doing football analysis, doing legit videos, attracting no views. So I've decided to go live and address the audience, whoever we like to watch, and I would love you to stay around because we need to hit 4,000 watch hours. But it's been hard, bro. It's been hard. Whoever is watching this live, just give it a like, comment, anything. But anyway, let me continue to the point. So today is the UEFA Champions League final, and Arsenal are playing Paris Saint-Germain. It's going to be at 7 p.m. I think, African time, 7 p.m. I think. So Jurgen Timber is back in the first team, full training. But I think Jurgen Timber is fully fit to play against PSG. But I don't think if that guarantees Arsenal a win against PSG, even if Timber is back in the first 11, because Arsenal are only good at set pieces. We have to agree on that. Arsenal are only good at set pieces. But open play goals, they've been struggling a lot this season. They've been struggling to produce open play goals. There's so much lack of creativity in the front line. We are talking about Trossard, Martinelli. I mean, these guys have got very, very poor statistics. Very, very poor statistics. And it's funny how Arsenal fans are embracing these players, even if they're flopping, but they're getting the job done. It somehow it amazes me because we used to have players like Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, before we even call people like Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, Ian Wright. I mean, Arsenal used to 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 witness some great talents in their team, but to this point, maybe in the modern football era, I think it's so hard to find such players, and so many teams are struggling to do so in the Premier League and even other leagues in the world. It's why somehow football is now becoming boring at times because because we are watching teams being represented by players who think that they deserve that attention. They need they are the celebrities getting the tattoos everywhere on their skin. I mean, football is a fashion nowadays. It's not what it used to be, and so many investors also getting involved in it, and it's also becoming a business, trying to do lots of fixes for the players for us to be entertained. Yeah. So football is becoming more of a business, and the players are becoming, there's that pride of being a football player these days. At some point back then, it used to feel like it's a responsibility to represent a club or a nation, right? So players who had tattoos were very few. Players who could brag that they've gotten to that level of them representing a big club. It used to be a privilege back then, when there were managers like Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Johan Cruyff. I mean, we used to have players who were disciplined. We can see those the eras of those players coming to an end. We're talking of players like Cristiano Ronaldo, uh, Robert Lewandowski, Edison Cavani. Most of the serious players are going now. They are going now. Karim Benzema, Gareth Bale. I mean, you could see an entire first 11 without a single player having a tattoo on his skin. That used to be back then. It used to be, I think, something like 3 or 4, not even 4, 10 years ago. You could see an entire first 11 team with no player having a tattoo on his skin. No single one of them having a tattoo on his skin. But these days, it's hard to find a player with no tattoo in a first 11 team. Even on the bench, somebody's on the bench, but the fact that he's just on the bench and is a football player playing in the Premier League or maybe in the Champions League or maybe in the Europa League, it's becoming a pride. It's not. It no longer feels like a privilege, but it's felt to them. To them, it feels like it's a pride somehow. So, football is losing its value as time goes, and I think those who witness some great talents cannot. I mean, you cannot be telling me that that you're enjoying it right now. How these players are playing. I mean, it's becoming boring, bro. A team having like a player like Sancho, you are getting paid huge amounts of salary because of how serious this football industry has become, and somehow you feel like you are the prize. You get. So it's becoming a little bit boring. United, I'm a United fan, but United have done some in the last 10 years. United have done some serious joking players. We're talking of Di Maria, Falcao, Sancho, Anthony, Alexis Sanchez. Okay, Sanchez was great at Arsenal, but when he came to Manchester United, I don't know what happened. The guy just flopped. I don't know what happened when he came to Manchester United. Alexis Sanchez was regarded as one of the best wingers in the Premier League by then. But when he came to Manchester United, I don't know, he did not become the Sanchez we knew. You know, he never pulled a great performance that United fans can remember. But there's some very little people can remember Sanchez as a United player. I mean, you can't even imagine if he played for United, because if you are to name players who made an impact in United and were world class players, we can talk of Paul Pogba, even though he is one of those players that are behaving like it's a pride to play for United. Like it's their pride to play. They feel like the club should be grateful for having them, not them being grateful for playing for the club. So these players, bro, it has gotten to a point where players are okay with not performing. Martinelli has been to Arsenal how many years now? No serious statistics, no any serious performances. Then you add in Madueke. Let's talk about Sterling when he went to Chelsea. Timo Werner, Mikhailo Modric, yeah, Diogo Dalot at Manchester United. Who else? I mean, players are now comfortable. Garnacho at Chelsea. You come in, you've been benched for over, let's even say 4 games straight. You've been benched, and then you get a chance to represent the club, and then what do? You still play poorly to try and prove the club that like it's like they're fighting with the club, telling them if you don't game me, this is how bad I will game. So it's I don't know, but football is lacking so much these days. It's lacking so much these days. Even though we're going to watch this final, the only serious team that is going to win this final is Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal are nowhere close to competing with Paris Saint-Germain attacking wise. Defensive, they'll pull a good performance because David Raya has been exceptional this season. We cannot deny that, even though I hate to accept that, but let's just accept it. It's the reality. Raya has been good for Arsenal this season. We're talking of Gabi, Saliba, one of the best defense in Europe, even though if not to be regarded as the best in Europe, but one of the best duo center backs in Europe is Gabi and William Saliba. Jurgen Timber as a right back, one of the best right backs this season so far. And Kapi has definitely come in handy for Arsenal this season. He's been brilliant. And Kapi, he's been brilliant. And I think Arsenal should give this guy a permanent deal. And Kapi should be given a permanent deal. And Kapi has done his best. He has done his best for Arsenal. Ricardo Calafiori, I think Nkape should remain to give Nkape Calafiori that competition, because so far now that position is more competitive than any other position in Arsenal, because the midfield, Zubimendi has been struggling to play the Arteta style of play of controlling the ball possession. And that's why Miles Lewis-Kelly stepped in, because Miles Lewis-Kelly is that sort of a player who can be in the midfield and control the tempo of the game. Like, you can trust him with the ball when you guys are under pressure. He might get you a foul. He might control the game. He's so confident. He's a very, very good ball carrier. So Miles Lewis-Kelly stepping in to the first 11 and Martin Zubimendi being sidelined in the last 3 games just shows you that Arteta has tried to give Zubimendi time, by the way, because I think Zubimendi has played all the games, not even almost, all the games in the Premier League, 38 out of 38. In his first season in Arsenal, he has played 38 out of 38. So that is a brilliant number of appearances. And the good thing is that he's not an injury pro, so he's a reliable player. You can't rely on him. But talking about his style of play, I don't think if Arteta is pleased with how Martin Zubimendi plays. So Marcelo Kelly came in to step in, and thereafter Sandro Tonali also, I think, mainly because Zubimendi is not doing what he was brought in to do, and next season is going to be competitive, yeah. And what the fuck is this? Wanu waonge mdomo mingi. Wanu wacha demo na teach. Sepenagi. Dada.
Wakawa tu.
Washaanza kutoa?
Within 20 minutes. Kwa chini.
Akina Ephraim wako wangapi?
Kwa watatu.
Wangapi?
Sasa wengine wanakama ndio wanaambia.
Juma woyo gote betu.
Hapa sasa sijui mkosi ametupa kwenye
Sepenagi
kofia sasa.
Sepenagi wadongo.
Kama nakumbuka.
And tumekuwa hapa live for 10 minutes. Nobody watching. Hebu ingia hapo nini? Ingia hapo tupe one watching.
Na hii
si ndio sasa tunaingia tu hivyo.
Hii sura yako hii.
Hii sura yetu hii. Anaogopa nini? Top fans. Moja, hatu ni maumbwa. Na mimi nataka 1000 subscribers, 4000 watch hours, monetization. Tired of suffering, bro. Niko YouTube. FB hata nimechill juu audience yetu unajua iko mixed. FB. Med simple hapo. Football med simple hapo. Hii ni soka made simple. Hujai subscribe hapo? Kwa mute. Mkosi ametoka kutia hapo. Anaamua kuwa compendious. Mute. Ndio imetoka sasa hii. Mkosi ametoka kutia hapo. Anaamua kuwa compendious. Imetoka sasa hii. Wewe anyway. Wewe nani Yobi? Nani Timba amerudi? Probably anaanza kweli? Lakini unajua Arteta naye hizi gamble bwana. Arteta naye hizi gamble na boy. Arteta atachezesha boy. Sasa yeye akipenda perform, akipenda flop. Nimekela Arteta naye haiwezi bahatisha bwana. Kwa jamaa Timba tu atacheza, itabidi tu atii. Wewe leo tunani ya World Cup, si ndio? Kichele siko ama wewe una kichele? Nilipe kwanza hizo madeni zenye mnanidai nibaki tu na so. Nitakuwa tu shati. Niko na compendious zingine genje. Life is lifing, bro. Yakubu manage. Hii hata Yakubu hawezi manage. Hii hata Yakubu hawezi manage. Ile yenye tulicheza jana. Si kuna hiyo 104, kuna nyingine ilikuwa 77, nyingine ilikuwa 104, si ndio? Ni kama hiyo 77 ndio iko so. Wewe bana, kwani watu wako wapi YouTube? Kwani people are not compendious hii sector? Kuna boy mwana ameingia live. Huko YouTube. Ako na 0 watching. Amesema mpaka apate 2000 subscribers. They are talking. Hata mimi niko na yeye hapa. We are here and we are live hapa KICC. Hii ndio KICC, wachana ile tao. Sisi tuko live from this end back over to you in studio. Tuko live hapa. Wewe alafu sasa tunadishi nini? Mimi hata kwanza sisikii kudishi. Tunadishi nini? Na loading. Hiyo yenye tunaenda kula saa hii. Kesi na mwenye tena nitatoka live. Unajua mimi nataka kustream kitu kaa vinde ba. Nataka kustream kitu kaa vinde hapa. Mimi nataka kwanza tour yangu ya Kenya. Anyway, nangoja subscribers wafike K. Wacha wasifike 4000. Tuingie hapo. Tuanze kupiga tour ya Kenya. Tukiwapeleka na rada mbaratara. Vinde official. Nifaa nabadilisha hii channel, na change jina yake naweka nini? Zeth official hapo. Nitakuwa naingia live. Hakuna mchezo hapo, ni live. Hii maisha mafuta inapanda, COVID ndio hiyo. Ni COVID ama ni sijui wamesema ni Ebola. Brayo. Wewe ndio uko deep state. Wamesema ni Ebola. Wamesema ni Ebola this time, ndio? Patient wa gani? Ni patient wenye tuko nao Kenya ama si nisikia ni ati patient wa
ni American who are exposed to Ebola. So US government haidai warudi huko. So wanataka set up hapa Kenya
camp.
Quarantine facility alafu watapea Kenya do then na hizo equipment za kuprepare ya kuhandle that case. Sasa hiyo stuff ime concern kwa nini wanataka kusikia hizi issue. Koti ndio imebaa government ni kuendelea with that ni.
Wacha koti ishapitisha hizo vitu.
Sasa hiyo wanataka nini? Koti ndio wamebaa.
Hizi ndio vitu mimi naambianga watu. Hii mambo jenzi wanafaa kuwa compendious. Hii ndio sababu unafaa kuwa mnajaa huko, mnaharibu hiyo camp, hata mwendi set house. Wanaharibu hiyo camp alafu wanarudi mtaa. Alafu hiyo koti ilipitisha hiyo kitu pia wanaenda huko na wanaivaa. Mimi si jenzi. Mimi ni millennial Buddha. Unasikia? Mimi ni millennial, mimi si Gen Z. In fact mimi ni vintage. Kwani watu wako wapi leo? Sasa kwani watu wote kwani wako wapi? Hakuna mtu anawatch live. Who's this? 40 ni nani? Bro. 0740 ni nani? Sasa nipigia hapa sasa sijui ni rodi. Ngoja nimpige. Ajua niko live bana. Mimi na hustle yeye na pigia hapa. Na hustle natafuta followers hapa. Mimi na hustle natafuta followers hapa hata sijui watu wote watu wana wako wapi. Anapigia juu. Na hustle hapa baba sana. Sijui Buda si mtu a comment ba. Mtu ameingia pili ndani ujama. Comment hapo. Ama ndio uko hapo live. Yobi. No uko hapo? Kwanza nimepata new audience. It could have been an achievement of the year bro. Maisha ni ngumu huku nje, hata kupata audience YouTube ni ngumu. Sasa wakiingia na hata hiyo audience ndio hatuna. Sasa watakata nini? Channel solo ndufike 4000 watchers utakuwa umeongea, una upload mpaka vitu ziende majuu ziendi. Dogani. Mimi ni content creator hapa na hata uchumi inanipeleka mbio, hata nyanya 10 ni shida. We, I'm giving you guys a break. Nikirudi hapa hii kitu tuko live the whole day. We're going to be live. In short tutakuwa live. Check. We Yobi. Changamka with all your compendiousness. Twende hapo tu tea. Hapo tu tea tu hapo. 1000 subscribers, na hata sipati viewers. Hizi ni nini? Which ones are this one? Na live na hard. If you did in Nigeria, wanaenda na wanaongeanga hivyo. Wewe Yobi. Changamkeni bana. Wewe mkosti. Amka. Ni mbaya. Sasa atakuambia buda yako akuweke in poverty. When your father was giving birth alikuwa anasema hapo imeingia hapo. Mgora anamwambia yes my love. Sasa anakuacha hapa sasa una tea. Watu walikuwa wanafanya vitu zenye wewe hata hawajawaambia wafanye, hata zikuhusu. Walikuwa tu wawili hapo. Gift na amenipigia simu. Sasa teremke basi. Ameniambia teremke ni kama tuna load. Akina Deno. Oh, now you have me life. You have me baby. You have me wife. Na pesa of me life. My ex never left. Narudi kuingia life hapo. Kwani life kwani haiishi? Wapi? Ona shida ni mingi hadi simu ina hang. Ona. I you do me only yeah.